Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about greed. Okay, greed. If you don't know what happened on Monday, the statement that came out, we saw what happened with Nike. Okay, the VP stepped down because her son was making massive dollars, millions probably, and getting thousands and thousands and thousands of different type of sneakers with his mom's Nike credit card. Okay, with his mom's Nike credit card. Now, you might be thinking this is just a little thing, but we know this is against Nike policy to use what you got. I mean, use your discounts, use your access to all of these sneakers and resell them on the market. I'm not saying it's bad to resell sneakers. Of course, I have resold sneakers myself before. Okay. Now, if I buy some shoes for $200 and the market is demanding $800, should I sell them for $800? Of course, you should sell them for $800. If somebody wants the $800 shoe, sell it. But now, if you're working for Nike and you're like getting all of these shoes to yourself, and now your son has them and he's reselling them for $1,000, $2,000, $800, and getting them at discount prices. Yeah, you in the wrong, buddy. You are in the wrong. I can't say nothing, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're just in the wrong. Now, the thing about this story we have to learn, and I want to talk about these two scriptures right here. Proverbs 22:11. A good name is more desirable than riches. To be esteemed is better than silver and gold. Okay? A good name is more desirable than great riches. And also Luke 12:15. Then he said to them, watch out and be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in abundance of possessions. Life does not consist in abundance of possessions. Okay, it's good. It's good to have shoes. It's good to have cars. It's good to have clothes. It's good to have all this money. It's good to have these things. Now, what I learned from this Nike VP is to stay away from greed. Okay. Yeah, I know it might be hard to get a pair of Jordan 1s. Okay. It might be hard to get a pair of Jordan 3s, whatever. It might be hard to get a pair of shoes. But we saw somebody after greed. You already have access to all these Nike shoes anyway because your mother is a VP at Nike. So, hey, you can get discount on shoes. You can get early shoes early. But you know what? You said, I'm going to take it a bit further. This resale market, this resale thing is real. Okay, it's real, and I can make some mad money off of it. I'm not mad at nobody trying to make money. If you're going to do it the right way, the ethical way, make your money. I'm not mad at somebody who won a shoe on Sneakers app and decided to resell it for $800. Okay, you might be mad at me for saying that, but if the market demands $800 and I pay $150 for these shoes, I can sell them for $800. You should not feel bad about that. But now the VP's son, he is selling these for thousands and thousands of dollars. Greed. I want more, and more. That's why so many times our relationships fail. We want greed. We chase after more women. I see that woman. I see this woman. I saw her figure. Oh, she looked good. I can get her and her and her. But you already have one that's good enough for you. Greed. In the same way happened with the VP son. You can get a pair of Dior 1s or, these trophy room 12s or whatever they may be. You can get them at a good price or for retail, but you say, you know what? I can take it a step further. I can get 10. Okay. And that's how sometimes we happen in our relationship. That's sometimes that we happen with food. Okay, I'm only going to eat 2 slices of pizza, and then I eat the whole box. That is me. That's my life in a nutshell, okay? Especially pineapple chicken pizza. Okay, I love some pineapple chicken pizza for real. If you love pineapple chicken pizza, let me know in the comments below what type of pizza you eat. Now, we're not even supposed to be talking about pizza. But greed, let's not be greedy, okay? He destroyed his mother's name. He destroyed the name. The name is like destroyed now. That's why I'm going to read Proverbs 22:11 again. A good name is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than silver and gold. Good name is desirable than great riches. To have a good name means something. Name means something in this life. To have a good name. Okay, we all want to have a good name. We don't want to have a name where people look at and say, "Ooh, I remember him for that. I remember her for that." We don't want our name associated with any type of wickedness, any type of evil, any type of deceit. We want our name to be associated with good, pleasing, and soundful and good things. And now his mother name is just devastated. Okay, defiled. It really is. Okay, all that money you were bringing in, all that shoes you were bringing in, posting, and everybody like, dang, this man is killing it. Your name was great then. It was great. But when we find out what actually happened, it becomes bad. It becomes defiled. It becomes a name that is slandered. So let's watch out for greed so we won't be able to fall into those greedy desires and those greedy needs and our itchy fingers wanting more and more and more and more and more. That's why Jesus said life does not consist in abundant possessions. It does not consist in that. Okay, life is not about that. And we live in a society where life is about having abundance of shoes, clothes, cars, money, women to flaunt and to show on Instagram, to live up to this so-called status and to show people, hey, I'm at this level right now. We have to change that. Especially as believers, we have to change that type of mentality. And I know we all have been victims of that mentality. Myself, I have been a victim of that type of mentality. So we all have to be mindful of that, knowing that life does not consist in abundance of possessions. And I know a lot of people use this scripture to say, some people use not this scripture, but some people use some other scriptures out of context. Some people will say, hey, you don't have abundance of this. You don't have abundance of money, clothes, cars, and all these things. You don't have abundance because you don't have no faith, or Christ doesn't love you, or you're not serving God correctly because you don't have abundance of physical possessions to show that your spiritual father who is in heaven, your creator, is blessing you. To do that, you have to have some tangible things that you can hold and touch. But that is so opposite. I mean, like I said, Jesus has an upside down kingdom. Okay, it's kingdom. It's upside down. It's not the kingdom of this world. And he told Pontius Pilate, it's not the kingdom of this world. Where's your kingdom? It's not of this world. It's not of this world, Pilate. And that's why Christ told us to let's store treasures in heaven that will last forever. Because shoes, money, cars, clothes, it won't last forever. And I remember Mike Tyson going through all of his awards, his belts, his championships, and saying, this is garbage.
You're history.
This is garbage. I can say, hey, I bled for garbage.
So this is meaningless.
No, at one time it meant a lot. When you're just a young kid, this is everything to you. But then you realize your priorities change. And you just want your children to be happy and do nice things, and that makes you happy. This is nothing. This is just nothing, man.
As Paul said, I count it garbage. Let's be mindful not to get caught up in the things of this world and not to be greedy, which is idolatry. Let's stay away from greed, guys. We like to pick out a lot of other different sins, okay? Sins that we can just see. Sins that we can just see now. We love to talk about those sins, but the sins of greed, we don't want to talk about. We don't want to call out nobody when they greedy. He just ambitious. She just ambitious. She just go after it. He just goes after it, man. He's not greedy. There's no greed. Same thing we probably was saying about this young man who was getting all of these sneakers. Greed, and he fell. Now, I don't know about the situation. I don't know if his mother was actually sliding shoes from the back and getting it to her, bringing them to her son. I'm not sure about that. I really, really don't know. We don't know the facts about that yet. We just have to wait and see what happens. But the lesson in this, because I'll try to see if I can get a lesson from everything, is to not to be greedy. I thought like this man could have had a strong relationship with Nike, just being a VP son, if he wasn't so greedy and wanting to show off and flaunt on Instagram. And now we see all these shoe boxes, all of these shoes all over Instagram because he wanted to show off. He wanted to be greedy instead of just staying humble as the VP son and saying, hey, I'm going to get some shoes for some discount. I'm going to get shoes that people can't get. I might get 2 pair, maybe 3 pairs, but you know what? I'm going to get 100. I'm going to get 200. And that's how greed works. Greed can destroy our lives, man. It can destroy our relationships. It can destroy our home. It can destroy our fitness goals. It can destroy our career if we run after greed, if we're not satisfied with what we already have. So let's be mindful not to be greedy, but to be thankful for what you do have. Being thankful doesn't mean you stay in the same place and you do nothing. Being thankful is just to be thankful for what you have now. You work hard and you obtain the goals that you need to meet. Don't be greedy. Let's not be greedy. We all have to ask Christ that. We all have to ask Christ to help us not be greedy, not to want more, because that is human nature, especially in a society that is so dependent on social media. We have to show how we're doing, what we're doing. If we're not doing that good, we won't be posting much. If we don't have that much to flying off, we won't be posting. And when we see other people posting these great and big things, we get jealous, we get greedy. We say, I want more, even when you already have enough. And we already know that Christ is enough. Now, let me know in the comments below, how do you deal with greed? How do you handle greed? I really, really want to know. How do you battle with greed? Have you overcome greed? Do you feel greedy at times? And what do you do? I want to know. All I know, only thing we can do is turn to Christ.